Have you ever sat with a supplication that felt unmoving, as if nothing around you responded? You called out, and the call seemed to echo back into your own heart. You waited, and the waiting began to press on your chest. You watched people around you walk into new opportunities while your own path stayed dim. Your voice felt smaller, your hope felt thinner. You convinced yourself that this one door was everything. You tied your future to it. You held its handle as though your worth depended on it. You said, "This is my way forward, and it will not open." The thoughts began to race, and the heart began to sink. But in that sinking, my brothers and sisters, there is a lesson many overlook. Not every door that opens is a blessing. Not every door that closes is a loss. Sometimes Allah places a barrier out of mercy. Sometimes His protection arrives through silence. A delay is not a punishment. A pause is not rejection. It is a classroom for your heart. It is a gentle way for your Rabb to guide you to turn your focus. And that turn is toward the one who owns every door, the one who owns the hallway, the one who owns your breath. It is natural to feel pain when a plan breaks. The human heart leans on what it can see. It clings to timelines and expectations. It imagines outcomes and then fears losing them. When a wall suddenly rises in front of you, your hands fall empty. But in that emptiness, a clearer truth begins to appear. You are not measured by your results. You are held by the one who writes your results. You are not abandoned in the corridor. You are accompanied by the one who brought light to the first dawn. When a no arrives in your life, it rarely means the end of your story. Often, it marks the beginning of a better chapter. The heart learns to loosen its grip. The heart learns to rest in a place that is safe. Mercy can come in the form of a detour. Mercy can come in the form of a blocked path. Mercy can even come in the form of a door that will not open no matter how hard you try. And within that mercy, trust is born quietly, slowly, and deeply. Let yourself pause. Let your shoulders drop. Take a slow breath and allow it to settle. Speak to Allah with the voice you usually hide. Tell Him the words that feel heavy. Tell Him the hope that refuses to leave. Tell Him the fear you cannot carry alone. Ask Him for what is good. Ask Him for a heart that accepts. Ask Him for a path that heals. Patience is not sitting without movement. Patience is an act of worship. It works while it waits. It hopes while it holds on. Trust is not a passive feeling. It is a decision you renew daily. You show up. You fix your intention. You take the next right step that is within your reach. You resist the urge to force outcomes. You resist the urge to perform for people. You choose the audience of one. And when you make that choice again and again, the corridor becomes lighter, even if the door has not yet opened. Remember the moments when you were pulled away from something and felt wounded by it. The job that slipped away. The plan that dissolved. The journey you never took. You carried sorrow for months. Then later, you came to know what Allah had saved you from. The workplace that later collapsed. The road that became dangerous. The meeting that would have harmed you. The person whose smile hid intentions you could not see. You looked back and said, "My Rabb, you knew what I did not know." Gratitude began to rise from places inside you that once felt dark. Real gratitude does not wait for visible results. It bows for the unseen shelter. It thanks Allah for the rescue that only becomes clear later. It learns from hindsight and then practices gratitude in the present. It whispers Alhamdulillah for the yes. It whispers Alhamdulillah for the no. It whispers Alhamdulillah for the long middle ground that teaches humility and builds sincerity. Now release the door handle you have been clinging to. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the pulse that Allah keeps alive. Feel the softness that returns when you surrender. Say, "My Lord, I wanted this, but you know me better than I know myself." Say, "My Lord, write for me what brings me closer to you." Say, "My Lord, protect me from what shines now, but will harm me later." Ask for clarity. Ask for contentment. Ask for a clean path, even if it is slow. The world celebrates speed, but the soul needs truth. A closed door can become a bridge to that truth. A closed door can become protection from a storm you cannot see. Let the lesson settle. Let the love of the planner replace your attachment to the plan. Walk forward with gentleness. Walk forward with courage. The mercy that felt silent has already begun guiding your steps. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of noise and pressure, yet a quiet calm began rising in your chest? A calm that didn't match what was happening around you. The notifications kept coming, the responsibilities piled up, the bad news arrived, someone raised their voice, and still something inside you settled. It felt like shade on a hot day. It felt like a blanket on a cold night. You could not explain it to anyone. You could barely explain it to yourself. You wondered if you were avoiding reality, but you were not. Something sacred was happening. Allah was placing a calm in your heart at a moment when panic would harm you. This calm is not weakness. It is not denial. It is not escape. It is a message from your Rabb. It is His mercy descending quietly when He knows you need it most. It is an answer without words. It is a nearness that removes fear from your heartbeat. It is a gift similar to the sakina that Allah granted believers during battles and storms. It is a shelter that arrives before the rain. It is a sign that you are seen, even when everything around you feels overwhelming. There comes a time when strength stops sounding like loud self-talk. It stops feeling like forced confidence. Instead, it becomes a gentle steadiness. You breathe and the breath goes deeper. You pray and the prayer becomes relief. You feel the weight of the trial, but you no longer feel crushed by it. This is what closeness to Allah looks like during hardship. It does not mean you will live without pain. It means pain will not dictate your life. Allah holds your heart while you move forward. He places courage into the small actions. He directs your attention from what you cannot control to what you can. You begin to slow down. You begin to choose sincerity over speed. You move with intention rather than urgency. You prefer what is right over what is loud. You ask for help when you need it. And you accept help when it arrives. You start to notice the signs that Allah is carrying you. You appreciate the moments of ease inside the struggle. Learn to cooperate with this calm when it visits you. When you feel your heart steadying, do not ignore it. Turn to prayer, even if your voice trembles. Repeat the simple remembrances that purify the air within you. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Let your tongue move and let your heart follow. Make wudu and feel the coolness reminding your body to soften. Place your forehead on the ground and speak to Allah with honesty. Like a child who trusts the one who cares. Open the Quran, read a few lines, then sit with them. Let them sit with you. Do not rush the lesson. Do not decorate your pain to impress anyone. Keep your environment calm. Keep your speech clean. If the tears come, let them come. Tears do not cancel faith. Tears often wash the dust from faith. When the calm arrives, don't run from it. Stand in gratitude. Say, my Rabbah, I recognize your kindness in this quiet. You have known moments like this before. A hospital corridor carried fear, yet your heart found steadiness. A difficult conversation approached, yet you spoke with mercy. A lost opportunity could have shaken you, yet you held your dignity. A long night of worry should have broken your sleep, yet you found rest that felt impossible. The circumstances did not change immediately. The storm continued speaking, but something inside you changed. You moved from the edge of despair to the center of remembrance. You looked for signs of care, and they appeared in small ways. Sometimes it was a message from a friend, sometimes a smile from a stranger, sometimes a verse that reached you at the exact time you needed courage. The calm did not erase the test. It gave you a way to walk through it without losing who you are. Let this calm teach you how to live. Begin your day with quiet breaths and the intention to be held by Allah. Speak to Him before you speak to the world. Protect your heart from comparison. Keep your body in healthy rhythms. Eat with gratitude. Work with honesty. Give quietly. Forgive faster than your ego prefers. When anxiety rises, return to your anchors. Name your fear. hand it over. Take the next small, sincere step. Trust grows through these steps. The calm grows when you honor it, and it returns when you remember where it came from. It came from the one who brought morning after every night you thought you wouldn't survive. It came from the one who is closer to you than your own breath. It came as a reminder that you are not alone. Sometimes guidance enters your life the way dawn enters a dark room, quietly, steadily, without noise. You sit with a question in your heart, and when you open a page, the words speak directly to your situation. You worry about a decision, and suddenly someone calls you after months, and a single sentence from them carries exactly what you needed. You walk a route you don't usually take, and you see a reminder that speaks to your fear. You hear the same advice from different people on the same day, and your heart senses a direction forming. None of this feels loud. None of this feels dramatic. It feels like a series of small doors easing open. It feels like mercy guiding you without force. It feels like Allah is gently steering your heart while you experience life as usual. These are not coincidences. These are signs. They are reminders that your Rabb is closer to your situation than you are. They are proofs that Allah has not left you to figure everything out alone. To receive these signs, you do not need to be perfect. You need a soft heart. A heart that admits, my Rabb, I do not know, and you know. Honesty opens pathways. Remembrance clears the fog. Let your tongue mention His names until your heart remembers who is in control. When you make istikhara sincerely, then keep walking in goodness, you will see how the path begins to shape itself around you. Read a few lines of Quran each morning. Let the meanings accompany you into your day. Watch how a verse appears at the right moment. Watch how a reminder finds you without effort. Practice gratitude for even the smallest alignment, because gratitude brings more clarity. Surround yourself with people who remind you of Allah. Guidance often travels through hearts that are already lit. Stay humble. Arrogance blocks signs. Pride fogs the inner vision. When the heart lowers its guard, the path becomes easier to see. The world has many distractions, many voices, and many pressures. But guidance from Allah always feels like calm direction. It does not shout. It does not confuse. It aligns your heart with what is right. One of the clearest signs is repetition. When a message reaches you from different sources, yet points toward the same direction, pay attention. A teacher mentions it. A friend confirms it. A verse reinforces it. This is not the echo of your desire. This is a pattern being written for you. But be careful, your ego can also disguise its wishes as signs. Protect yourself with sincere counsel. Ask advice from someone who fears Allah and has no personal interest in your outcome. Protect yourself with boundaries. If a path requires you to compromise your faith, it is not your path. If a choice demands you break what Allah has made sacred, then the sign is already clear. Step back. Make istikhara. Then leave the outcome to the one who never sleeps. Sometimes you wake up with a sense of expansion, sometimes with a sense of tightness. Trust what your heart feels after prayer, not before it. Begin in the name of Allah and watch how doors respond. Some doors will ease, some will resist. Ease is not magic. Ease is alignment with what pleases Allah. The right path may require effort, but it will not pull you away from remembrance. It will not require you to harm your character. It will not make you lose your values. Real guidance never contradicts the book of Allah. Real guidance never weakens your trust in Him. Real guidance never requires hurting another soul to gain something for yourself. There is wisdom even in your own body. The chest expands when you walk towards something clean. The chest tightens when you approach something unsafe for your soul. But also, remember, comfort is not always truth. Sometimes the right path requires growth, and growth is uncomfortable before it becomes comforting. Sometimes fear pretends to be logic to keep you small. The measure is remembrance. If your calm increases when you think of Allah, you are likely moving in the right direction. If your prayer becomes